Hi, I'm Ruby Lopez, and welcome to tonight's webcast from the Intel Retail Edge program. We've got a great show planned for you. We'll be presenting everything you need to know about the new Microsoft Windows 10 operating system. Now, first, we'll hear from Microsoft's Mwangi Eric Kwesi. He'll demonstrate the features and benefits of Windows 10 and how it feels familiar and is better than ever. Next, we'll hear from Intel's Mike Lavacot as he explains the advantages of buying a new Intel-based PC for Windows 10, demonstrates Windows Hello with RealSense and Intel WiDi. He'll also talk about Intel's latest solid-state drive, the Intel SSD 750. Also, 3 times throughout the broadcast, the Claim Your Chips link will appear. Now, each time you click on it, you'll earn 500 chips. You can earn a total of 1,500 chips by participating in all 3 chip earning moments, so make sure you stick around until the end. And for those of you that pre-registered for an additional 1,000 chips and participate in all 3 chip moments tonight, you'll earn an additional chip bonus of 7,500 chips. Now that's a whopping total of 10,000 chips for those that pre-registered and participate in all 3 chip moments. Now, you don't want to be at full screen setting because you won't be able to see the link. That's how it works. We'll do it 3 times tonight, so keep an eye out for the link. Now, as a matter of fact, let's kick off the show right now by giving you a chance to earn 500 chips. So go on ahead right now, click on the Claim Your Chips link, which should automatically appear on your screen below the video within the next couple of minutes. Now, like I mentioned, there is no need to refresh your page. It'll be up for a few moments, so you'll have plenty of time to click on it. Now, before we get started with our guests, I'd like to share with everyone all of the excitement around our 6th annual Score with Intel Core competition. It's underway, and so far, this year's competition has been fierce. We're giving away amazing prizes each and every week during the competition. Now remember, you're competing as individuals and stores to win incredible prizes. This year's store grand prize is more amazing than ever before. If your store wins, up to 10 of the top individual performers will receive the new HP Omen gaming laptop. In addition, your store will also receive a $25,000 donation to give to a local K-12 school of your store's choosing. And to top this all off, an awesome award ceremony. Now, if you're one of the top scoring individuals, you and a guest will be heading to Walt Disney World for a 5-day, 4-night stay at Walt Disney World's Boardwalk Resort. The package includes $500 in Disney gift cards, $500 bank gift cards, and a 4-day all-park pass. So complete the learning activities and recon quizzes as they're released every week for your chance to win Ultra HD 4K TVs, products from HP including tablets, printers, wireless speakers, gaming backpacks, and a whole lot more. So be sure to have a manager register your store and then get as many of your coworkers to sign up and compete. Get involved now and elevate to great. Good luck and score with Intel Core. Okay, so first up tonight, we have Mwangi Eric Kwesi, a master trainer with Microsoft for more than 6 years. He's also a content developer and project designer for Microsoft's U.S. retail team. He'll share with us everything you need to know about the new Microsoft Windows 10 operating system, along with its new features and benefits. We'll then open it up for questions so you can get even more details to help your customers understand what Windows 10 has to offer. Mwangi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Ruby.
Glad to have you here. Now, Mwangi, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been with Microsoft since 2009. I absolutely love it. I got a chance to see Windows 7 come onto the scene, then Windows 8, and I can tell you Windows 10 is going to blow them all away. It's a game changer.
Okay, I'm looking forward to the presentation. Thanks. Now, before we start, I want to remind everyone that you can submit questions from Mwangi throughout the presentation. We'll be answering your questions at the end. So remember, Mwangi will be taking your questions live, so stay connected to your keyboards. And as always, if you have any questions about the program, you can email customer support and we'll get back to you. All right, Mwangi, it's your turn. Take it away.
Now, the great thing about Windows 10 is really formed all around 4 pillars. The first pillar is feels familiar and better than ever. So what feels familiar about it? Well, whether you're a fan of Windows 7 or Windows 8, you will absolutely feel like you're an expert at Windows 10. So what was the thing that you heard the most when people talked about Windows 8? Where's my start button? Well, you can see the start button is here, right here, down here in the corner, and your start menu is back. So those who really enjoy Windows 7, this really gives you that good Windows 7 feel. And if you just tap on the start button, you can see now you're in a complete Windows 7 environment. You can pin things to your taskbar just like you could with Windows 7. So since I've said that, let's look at how would you pin something to your taskbar. So if you look here, you see something that says All Apps. So I'm going to tap All Apps, and let's see, let's go to, okay, Health and Fitness, because I'm a health nut. So if you hold your finger on Health and Fitness, you're going to see some choices pop up, and you can uninstall. That's real easy. Pin to your start screen if you love Windows 8, or pin to the taskbar if you love Windows 7. So let's pin this to the taskbar, and then there it is right there on our taskbar instantaneously. So now everything that I want really close, really instantly accessible on my taskbar, I can easily put there. So that's the way it feels really familiar and makes you an expert if you love Windows 7. Now, let's say you're someone who really enjoyed the Windows 8 experience. Well, if you go back to the start screen and we expand this, now that's the next iteration of the Windows 8 live tiles, and you can manipulate and interact with these to personalize your Windows 10 experience just as you could with Windows 8. So what I'm going to do right now is, let's choose any of these tiles. You can hold your finger on it, and you see you get two circles that pop up. The bottom circle is an ellipsis. If you tap the ellipsis, there are your choices. I can make this particular tile small, medium, or wide, and then I can tap more options to see what else I can do. I can also pin this to my taskbar if I just want to interact from the traditional Windows 7 desktop, or I can uninstall. It's really that simple. So you see, you're an expert already. If you love Windows 7, you're an expert in Windows 10. If you love Windows 8, you're an expert in Windows 10. Now, let's look at how Windows 10 is better than ever, because Windows 10 is not just Windows 7 and Windows 8 mashed up. It's a lot more that leaps us forward technologically. So let's go back to our screen and let's talk about something we all love, which is the internet. Now, the internet is now Microsoft Edge. So I've opened up Microsoft Edge, and let's say I'm a football fan, so let's open up an article. We're going to open up an article here. Now, you can see there's a lot going on this page. I could easily read the article, but with Microsoft Edge, if I go up here at the top and I tap on the open book, I go into what is called read mode. And when read mode is activated, what it does is it brings all of your content directly to you, so it's a lot closer. Now, of course, this being we're a week out from the Windows 10 launch, so the build that I'm working on is not the build that will be available in stores. So mine is still acting up a little bit, but just a little bit. I love Windows 10. But we're going to come back to that later. I really want to get into other ways that this is a lot better than Windows 7 or Windows 8. So I'm going to open up a few apps. There's one, and let's go back and let's open up Photos. Now, we all take pictures. I love to take pictures. One great thing about Photos in Windows 10 is you have editing tools here at the top. So if I click on the little pencil, you can see here on the left, I've got basic fixes, filters, light, color, effects, and I can also enhance. So let's go ahead and let's click on light and see what comes up. So we've got brightness. Now, if you click on any of these individual choices, you can see you have a scale that goes from 0 all the way up to 100. So you can really get this exactly the way you want it. So now let's go to contrast. Same thing. It gives you a scale of 0 to 100 where you can really fix the contrast and edit the picture, the photo, exactly the way you want to. So now that we've got everything we want, we just click Save. And as you can see, it's saved. It's that simple. I didn't need to go out and get Photoshop. I didn't need to come out of my Photos app. I didn't need to go to my desktop. I didn't need to go to all apps. It's right there within the Photos app. So one of the great things that we like to say about Windows 10 is it makes it a lot easier for you to do a lot more. That's another one of the pillars. It helps you be much more productive from every page, every experience on Windows 10. So we're going to go back to our start screen. We looked at Photos, so now I'm going to open up Music. And I've got Music here on my taskbar, and I'm going to open up the Money page and Flipboard. So it looks a little jumbled up. So what I'm going to do is actually, remember Snap from Windows 7? So let me show you how it's better than ever in Windows 10. So I snap this over, and look what happens. It not only snaps to half a page, but it creates quadrants for everything else. Now this looks a lot better, a lot neater, and it gives you so much more that you can do. Now, let's say you really like a neat and segregated work environment. You can click right here, and you see this plus? That's going to let me open up another desktop. So I'm going to open up 4 desktops. So now I'm back in my first one. And I can see all my desktops. So let me take Flipboard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag Flipboard down, because I don't want Flipboard in my first desktop. I can put it in my second desktop, and that way it's not in my first, it's in my second. And you can do that with any one of the apps or the pages that you have open. You can segregate them in your virtual desktops. It's a great way to keep a very neat and clean environment. I'm a neat freak, so this is something that definitely appeals to me. So the 4 pillars: feels familiar, better than ever. Very personal and natural feeling experience. Works seamlessly across all of your devices, your phablets, tablets, all-in-ones, two-in-ones, and it helps you be more productive. Customers are going to absolutely love Windows 10. I hope they're ready, and I hope you're ready.
All right, well, thanks, Mwangi. I like that. So we've learned that you're a neat freak,
Yes.
a gym goer, and this is better than ever. All right, now you've seen so many advancements in Windows. How does this latest version, how does it stack up?
Now, Windows 10 stacks up as the best operating system ever. Here's why. It's a universal user interface across devices. So from my Windows Phone to my tablet, to my phablet, to my two-in-one, to my all-one, Windows 10 is the same on every device. And the great thing about Windows 10 is it now has Cortana. See, before, you could only experience Cortana on your Windows Phone. She's your incredibly personal digital assistant. But now she's available on every single Windows 10 device. Also, there's an Xbox app on every single Windows 10 device. That Xbox app allows you to, let's say you're playing a game on your Xbox in your living room, you have to leave for whatever reason. If you have a Windows 10 device, you can actually, with your controller, play your Xbox game on your Windows 10 device in another room in the house. So it's a game changer no matter how you look at it. It's the best ever.
That's amazing. You know, earlier also the person running our prompter, because this is a live show, he said he loved that feature. That was his favorite. So, and we want to hear from you guys. Don't forget, be sure to have all of your questions ready in the Q&A segment later in the show. Now, Mwangi can shed some light on anything that's been unclear. So, Mwangi, thank you so much. We'll see you a little bit later. We'll chat with you. We'll still see you now, but we'll chat with you a little bit later in the Q&A segment. Now, it's time for more chips, all right? So look for the Claim Your Chips link right now in the next few minutes. Our next guest is Mike Lavacot, a field application engineer with Intel for 15 years. He'll share with us the advantages of buying a new Intel-based PC for Windows 10, along with some very cool demos. We'll then open it up for questions so you can get even more details to help your customers. Don't forget, this is all live. Stay right there. We'll take your questions live. We're giving you chips live. It's all live right now. We're ready to talk to Mike. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Ruby. It's great to be back.
Thanks. Good to have you. Well, before we start, I want to remind everyone that you can submit your questions for Mike as well throughout the presentation. So if you have a question now, hey, throw it in there. We'll be answering all of the questions at the end. Remember, Mike will be taking your questions live, as I mentioned, so stay connected to your keyboards. And as always, if you have questions about the program, you can email customer support and we'll get back to you. All right, Mike, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay,
Let's get started. So at Intel, we are really excited about Windows 10. A lot of new innovative features. You can really be productive on Windows 10, and it's a great reason why you should be buying a new PC. Now you might say, hey, wait a minute, I can download this for free. And you know what, if you just purchased a Windows 8.1 machine and it's, the real thin form factor, it's got touch, and maybe it even has a 3D camera based on Intel RealSense, fantastic. Update that sucker with Windows 10 and you've got a great platform. But if you have an older platform, or especially a Windows 7 platform, a lot has changed since those machines came out in the last few years. Features like dual array microphones. This is a great feature to have on Cortana. So it's very difficult for Cortana to understand what you're talking about if you have a single microphone and it doesn't work that well. So these tuned dual array microphones give you that better Cortana experience. Touchscreen, so that's something that either wasn't existent or didn't work very well in Windows 7, is a great feature to have with Windows 10, especially if you're web browsing for scrolling and pinching and zooming and such. A lot has changed in form factors, so two-in-ones, devices that flip and convert from a laptop to a tablet. They detach, they do a lot of different things. And for thin and light, my God, the Core M processor that we came out with, you can see these fanless designs with very high performance out in the marketplace, super portable. So a lot has changed there. And then finally on the Intel RealSense camera, here's a camera that's built into the device that can see in 3D. And we'll show you an example of that. So there's lots of things that have changed on the platform, but that's not it. I think the most important part is the performance change that has happened just over the last few years. So in this comparison, we're showing you the performance gains of going from a first generation Core i5 to a 5th generation Core i5, the current Core i5 processor that's in the market today. And you can see there's tremendous advances in performance in everything that you do. So it's going to be a lot more responsive, get things done a lot quicker. And this is really a major reason why people buy a new PC, because their old one is just too slow. So 2 great reasons to buy a new PC with Windows 10. Now let's come back to that one feature, RealSense. There's a feature that's built into Windows 10 called Windows Hello. And it allows you to eliminate your passwords. So I'm going to show you a quick example here. So I have a HP laptop in front of me with RealSense. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the lid a little bit here, but not too far, because if I open it too far, you'll miss the demo. So what you'll see on the screen here is the screen that you'll see when you wake from sleep or you've powered on the system on an Intel RealSense system with Windows Hello. So watch how quickly, I'm going to open this lid and you'll see how quickly it logs me into the machine. Just that quick. I didn't have to touch a key. All it had to do is see me. This is the future, right? This is where we're headed. This is the long-term vision of, boy, I just don't want to have to remember all these passwords. So Windows Hello gets you into the machine, and ultimately down the road, Windows Hello will be used to log you into websites, into applications, and your bank, and everything that you need to do. We also have, Intel has a product called Intel TrueKey, and that's coming out right around the release of Windows 10, coincidentally, that will give you the ability to use your face to log into websites. Where maybe Windows Hello isn't quite implemented on that website, we have a feature called TrueKey. So that's just one example of what you could do with a 3D camera. Let me just show you a quick one here. Let's sneak it in here, check the time. I'm going to show you an application called Personify. Personify is an application that's a RealSense application, and it's used in many different ways. And I'm going to show you an example of how you can use this application. All right, so I'm going to click on Create a Recording, which is one of the features. You can do many different things with this application. And what you see is a cutout of me, and that's done using the 3D camera. What I'm going to do is kind of move me over here. You could do a call with multiple people and rearrange them on the screen, and you can share screens. If you're gaming with a buddy, maybe you're doing a one-on-one battle, this is something that you could use with him to see his reaction as you frag him. This could be used for applications like Twitch. So a lot of people are recording their gameplay and then they stream it. So this is something now you can do live. You don't have to build an elaborate green screen, or you don't have to have an annoying background showing and blocking part of your screen. Now this is actually a pretty nice background, but usually there's wires and all kinds of stuff. But you can see the advantages that you get by using this capability. And Personify also has a plugin for Skype, as an example. They have one for Skype. They have one for Uvu that allows you to remove your background. So you're Skyping with parents or family or friends, and the next thing you know, they see you on the beach, right? You have your own photo of a beach, and now you're in front of the beach, right? Or you're at work when you're really home in bed. So there's lots of different applications that you're going to see with the 3D camera, and in particular, Personify is a very powerful application. Let me slip in one more example here for you, which is Intel WiDi. If you have a machine and you've upgraded from Windows 8 to Windows 10, WiDi goes along for the ride. If you don't load the special WiDi application we're going to talk about in a second, let me show you where you can find it natively within Windows 10. So if you look at the screen, I'm going to click on the Notification Center here. And if you click on Connect, the machine will go out and look for wireless devices. So you see a Screen Beam Mini, that's a mouthful, shown here that allows you to connect to wirelessly, share your screen, or do a second screen up on a TV set or whatnot. So that's great, handy, easy to use feature, and that will come right along with the upgrade to Windows 10. However, to go that next step further, let me show you guys a couple nuanced things that you need to know about when you upgrade to Windows 10. If you have a Wide-Eye enabled platform, I really recommend that you run the Intel Wide-Eye Update tool. It's very easy to find. Just open Bing, search Intel Wide-Eye Update tool, and you'll see that come right up and install it. It's a great application that you can load and run, and it will make sure all your drivers are up to date. And if you have a Wide-Eye certified platform, it'll load the Wide-Eye application. It's super handy. Highly recommend that. The second thing you need to be aware of is to get that Windows Hello feature, the instant login feature with your face, working on a RealSense platform. For the brief period, like a month or two, you're going to have to go to Intel.com, go to our download center, and search DCM for Depth Camera Manager, and install the driver. This will allow you to use the Windows Hello feature. We'll get this into Windows Update, so you don't have to do this, but that's going to be down the road. So two things to be aware of when you update a system from Windows prior to Windows 10. Okay, with that said, just a couple minutes here, I want to talk about some gaming stuff. So we have a new drive that's kind of revolutionary. Actually, it's not kind of, it is revolutionary. This is the Intel 750 SSD, and it comes in a couple different form factors. But it doesn't connect like a normal SSD. In this case, it uses PCI Express Gen 3 x 4, and it's necessary to get the bandwidth and the low latencies necessary to support the speeds of this drive. And let me show you just a quick graph of the performance. And you can see the random read speed, very important metric for SSD drives or drives in general, 9 times faster than your typical SSD drive. And you can see the read latency at 1/4 the speed. And that's why we have that new interface using PCI Express versus SATA and SATA 3. Okay, two more quick things on gaming. I've got a lot of questions from you guys out there about, hey, what games can you play? Real quickly, I see the speed up. Real quickly, if you look at the screen here, quick website you can go to in store, gameplay.intel.com, and you can type in your processor or have it detect your processor, and it shows you a list of games and the settings that give you the best gameplay. We also worked with a third-party company named Raptor, and they have an application that we've enabled to go through your system, and this will automatically go through, if you want, and readjust all your games to the correct settings to give you the best gameplay on Intel graphics. So a couple things there for gaming, and with that said, let me throw it back to Ruby for questions.
All right, thanks, Mike. Well, now it is time to earn more chips, so look for the Claim Your Chips link in the next few moments. Now, let's see what questions we have from our audience, from Mwangi and Mike. So I have the questions right here. We're going to try to go as fast as we can. We only have a few minutes left, so let's try to be concise if you guys are able to. I don't know, they're laughing over here. Okay, so
Yes.
This first one is from Mwangi. This is Seth from Newberry, Florida. I think we covered this, but maybe you can remind them, maybe they missed it. Will the start button be back for Windows 10?
The start button is absolutely back.
All right. Now, this one's also for you. Jay from Boca Raton, Florida. Will there be a boot time accessible safe mode?
Yes, there will. Don't look for that on July 29th, but definitely look for that in the next 30 to 60 days.
Okay. All right. So just keep an eye out for it. And we have Patricia from Cleveland, Ohio. She wants to know, can I upgrade from Vista to Windows 10?
You cannot upgrade directly from Vista to Windows 10. You would need to go to Windows 7 or Windows 8 and then to Windows 10.
Okay. All right. Let me...
He's quick on his answers,
He is
isn't he?
quick on his answers. He's faster than me
Okay,
here.
I'm
I'm
try
clicking
to
these
match
away
him.
here. So let's see. Now we've got Denzel from Union, New Jersey. Do you need a Windows account to download a Windows 10 upgrade like Windows 8.1?
No, you don't necessarily have to have a Microsoft account in order to go to windows.com/Windows 10 upgrade.
Okay, so we've got Scott here from Duluth, Georgia. How much smaller can the processor architecture be? Is 14 nanometer the smallest it can be?
I love these questions, but I can't just say yes or no, right? Yeah, so we're at 14 nanometer now. We are going to 10 nanometer in 2017. So that's right around the corner. Yes, we can continue to go smaller, and we will continue to go smaller. And there's absolute performance and power benefits from doing that.
Okay, well, Mike, let's throw this one at you too. Let's see, this is Kevin from Eugene, Oregon. How best can I get the customer interested in Windows 10 if they've avoided Windows 8? Who would avoid Windows 8?
Yeah, I have a strong opinion on this, so I'll take it, and
Okay.
we can toss it back. When we went from Windows XP to Windows Vista, it was very scary, and it wasn't a great experience, and we saw a stall out there. When we went from Windows 7 to Windows 8, it wasn't really that big change that we were looking for to motivate people to buy a new PC. So I think we're seeing the same type of thing. We're going to a new operating system that people are going to love. They really will. And I've been playing with Windows 10 for a while. It's great, fast, it makes sense, and everything else.
All right, cool. Let's keep going. We want to get as many in as we can. So we've got Mayor from Plano, Texas. Is Windows 8.1 hardware, will it be compatible, 100% compatible with Windows 10? Who wants?
Absolutely. That's the great thing, again, about Windows 10. It's the best of 7 and the best of 8, and it allows you to take that experience and move it forward so that you have what you're accustomed to, plus the technological leap forward with things you've never seen before or been able to do before with an operating system.
Okay, now we've got Carl from East Meadow, New York. How will Intel take advantage of Windows 10 and make it better than the competition?
That's actually pretty easy at this point in time, just from a sheer performance standpoint. But we're doing a lot behind the scenes, like implementing the Windows Hello feature using the Intel RealSense camera. The Intel RealSense camera has what's required to do that, and will be likely the only platforms, at least for some period of time, that allow you to use that Windows Hello feature. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. Our performance is so good right now compared to the competition that it's almost too easy to win, in a sense, against our competition at this point in time. Yeah, I know. I feel bad, but I don't. They're struggling right now.
I love it as Mike's talking. Wangi's over here like, yes, yes. Okay, so this one's for you as well, Mike. Samuel from Reynoldsburg, Ohio. How will RealSense work with older computer models, and will there be an accessory model for this?
Yeah, so RealSense today is built into the platform, whether it's an all-in-one or whether it's a laptop, the camera is built into it. And it requires a lot of bandwidth, so it needs its own USB 3 connection straight into the system. And that's why you haven't seen peripheral cameras. We do have a camera, the add-on camera, but it's going to be bundled, if you see it, it's going to be bundled with particular systems to ensure the experience using that wide open USB 3 channel. So it's a little bit complicated, but yeah, you're going to start seeing peripheral cameras for systems that don't have RealSense.
Okay, so we've got Yakov from Brooklyn, New York. Will my laptop run the same speed with Windows 10 as it was running with Windows 8, or is Windows 10 more demanding?
Your laptop is going to run faster. One thing that we know from the Windows 10 install, you will get a much better performance in terms of your battery life, boot up and startup time. So just like there was an improvement in performance from Windows 7 to Windows 8, there is the same jump ahead from Windows 8 to Windows 10. You will definitely see and feel the difference in your operating.
Okay, so we've got time for one more question here. I'm sorry for everybody else. We try to go fast.
We're moving pretty fast.
We've got Kadeem from Jacksonville, Florida. How many PCs are currently available with RealSense aside from the HP Sprout?
There's about a dozen of them out there. Now, not all retailers carry all the systems, but there's a dozen or a little bit more than a dozen systems out there today, all-in-ones and laptops.
All right, well, thanks so much. Now, if you guys have any additional questions, don't worry, we will answer them. Just go to the Intel Retail Edge website and put it there. We'll take care of it. We'll get that answer on the blog. And also, if there's anything that you guys want to watch again, I know the guys are great, so you can. There'll be rebroadcasts that you can watch on the Intel Retail Edge website as well. So thank you so much, guys, for the great Q&A. Now, I know the members, well, thanks, prompter. There we go. This is live, so here we are. I know that the members have really enjoyed hearing all about Windows Windows 10 and that it feels familiar and is better than ever, and why customers should buy a new Intel-based PC with Windows 10. So that was really great. Thanks. And remember, the score with Intel Core is heating up, so get involved. Start competing, take part, and get everyone in your store involved and nail the mystery shop. So keep completing the learning activities and recon quizzes to increase your chances to win one of our amazing weekly prizes. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you again very soon. Have a good night.